Hey y'all, welcome back to another one of my videos. Today what we're going to be talking about is saving money. How can we save money as a young adult? So the way I save money is I have a motto for this year. Specifically, well, I've been doing this since last year, but specifically for this year, my motto is spend less, save more. Because I live with my parents, I'm not paying any rent, any electricity, any water. But because of that, I'm kind of paying with my mental health because it's really bad for me over here. Like, my mental health's not good because I get my phone taken off me. I can't cook food like the way I want to cook food. Like, they changed the oven temperatures and all that to save money. I can't do washing whenever I want to do my washing. I can't go for a shower whenever I can't go for a shower. So there's a lot of stuff that, piss me off being at home because I don't pay any of these stuff. But because I don't, I get to save the money that I have while not having to pay for this. Main thing to do is while you're young is whenever you're free, obviously I'm not saying work your ass off like every single day kind of thing. At least have 1 or 2 days off because that's important for you to kind of reset and then go back to work. So I take like 2 days off and then I work for 5 days a week during the summer holidays because right now college is closed. So this is like the perfect time to like kind of go out and do work. So I know just for a fact that I'm going to be making a lot of money this month, and I'm hoping if they've added in more extra shifts within the next few weeks, then I'm going to be taking those extra shifts. And even though it can be really tiring, even for me, it can be really tiring, it can be really annoying and like just too much hard work, too much effort. But this is the time. This is the time to get that money. And once you get that money, put it into your bank. As soon as you get paid, put it into your savings account. Trust. I'm not saying how much I've got in my bank right now, but I've got more than a lot of people probably would, or than the average UK teen, the average 20-year-old. I've got free savings account. Free. Right? Free savings account. One for my car, cause I really love I really love cars, right? And because my dream is to get, I'm not really sure what car I want, cause there's so many cars I love, like BMWs, a lot of Porsches, a lot of Mazda. I always keep pronouncing car names wrong. Sorry, it's just got so used to pronouncing them wrong. But I love my cars, so when I get my driving license, when I get a car, I want to get really good ones. I'm saving up for that and saving up for travel because I like to travel. So because I do, I'm saving up money now so that when I get a house, I've got money there to travel in my savings account. So I'm not having to spend too much money on it. And travel as much as you can right now because this is the time to travel. Because when you're older, like say you're, I don't know, over 25, you may have to move out your parents' house. You could still probably stay in your parents' house, but the older you get, the less time you have to travel because you'll have kids, you have responsibilities, you'll have more like work and do more hours to pay for rent, pay for electricity, pay for bills, tax, car insurance on top of petrol and all those kind of stuff, right? Pay for your family. Like, when you have a family, going on holiday can be really much harder than it is right now. Because right now I can afford all my trips. just get cheap flights, get a hotel, like cheap hotel, as long as it's got a good review, over a 4-star review, get that hotel and go on that holiday and stay there for maybe a week and enjoy your holiday, you know, as long as you. So what I do is I keep in track to what I did my last holiday. So my last holiday was when I went to Portugal. My first holiday I went on was when I was 18, when I went to Greece, and that was expensive, right? That cost me my whole bank. I still haven't recovered from that, and that's why the money you spend is very, very important, because the money I spent on that last holiday was like £1,000 something for a hotel. £1,000 for a hotel. And I was like, how stupid could I have been? Not even 1,000, sorry. I spent about 1,000 altogether for a hotel, for a flight, and probably flight and hotel. And I still regret it till this day. Never again. But then you learn a lesson. Yes, that money's gone. And I did have a good time. I did have a nice hotel. I had nice views, nice sunset, everything. It was great. But the money, I could have spent that bit better. But because it was the expensive part of Greece, one of the most expensive parts of Greece, Santorini, I can't understand why it was an expensive holiday. But never again am I making that mistake in my 20s. Learn that lesson, not again. So this time, best way, if you love to travel, get cheap flights, find cheap hotels. So say if you're traveling in Europe and you're from UK, try keep it under, for one person, or if you're going like as a group, that makes it better, I guess. So if the rooms are like 3 people, then you can share that cost between 3 people and get a flight for like, I got my second flight to Portugal for something £100, like 100 something pound, so under £200 for my flight, which is actually pretty cheap, plus a 10 kg checked in baggage. So best thing is looking at flights, looking at hotels that are cheap, because you're going there to spend the day out, you're only coming back to the hotel when it's night or when you need to sleep, and just to keep your stuff safe. So just remember that, keep that in mind. If you really want a luxurious hotel and all that, have that. But if you want to really travel, you love to travel and see the place, then get cheap hotel and flight. Trust. But the thing is, spend less, save more. As soon as you get your paycheck, work hard right now. Work hard right now while you can. 5 days a week, 6 days a week. I'm working all the summer holiday, June, July, August. Probably going to be working 5 days a week. Grind for that money. Put it into your savings account. Because I'm going to do a long trip for 6 months. I'm not saying where it is. But because I'll be on a long trip, I probably need to save money for that. So I'm going to be kind of working towards that. So if you've got a goal in mind, save for that and do it. Because if you love to travel, work hard for that. Get your money and travel. Know your spending. Know how much you spend in a month and say what could take off any subscriptions that you don't use, any memberships, any subscriptions. Try get food that are off reduced, or try get food that are, you know, like more convenient, and like pastas and cereals and stuff like that. Try and like save money as much as you can. Find ways like what you put a lot of your money on. Like think about all the stuff that you put your money on and then try to reduce that cost. But that's what I see you do. And just save money while you're young. And especially if you're living with your parents, you're not paying anything, that's the best thing to do. Okay? Thank you for listening, and hope you enjoyed this video.